currently I'm working on the west coast of Mexico in the state of Nayarit, and I work at a little site called Chacolilla, and it's located about, I guess, to put it in a familiar place, maybe about 2 to 3 hours driving north of Puerto Vallarta, right on the coast. And I've been studying recently a phenomenon there that's known as Aztatlan, or the Aztatlan tradition, it's sometimes called. And what this is it is a phenomenon that occurs in the west and northwest part of Mexico or Mesoamerica around 850 to 900 AD and lasts until about 13 to 1400 AD. And what we see during this time is a sort of a cultural fluorescence, really. There's a number of political centers that develop at this time. And what really characterizes this is there's this spread of kind of an art style, a cultural tradition that includes a real distinctive, complex iconography that we see on pottery vessels and in other kinds of artifacts that we see in a number of sites along the coast of Mexico and up into the northwestern part of Mexico. Things like copper bells, copper artifacts, certain styles of burials, a lot of this Aztatlan style pottery as well. And it's a part of Mexico that hasn't been particularly well studied, especially in comparison to other parts of Mesoamerica. First and foremost, it's an area of Mesoamerica, of Mexico, that hasn't been studied much, and we don't know a whole lot about how it really fits in with the rest of Mesoamerica. And so we're providing a lot of good basic information that shows some clear connections to other parts of Mesoamerica and helps kind of fill that gap. Secondly, this phenomenon that we see, this fluorescence of this cultural art style and the spread of this over a big area in a short period of time is a phenomenon that we see happening in other parts of the world, in other parts of Mesoamerica. Usually, when a civilization is developing, or there's obviously some very active inter-regional connectedness that is occurring, and people are interested in how and why this process occurs, and what are the mechanisms that kind of allow for the spread of these traditions, why they're adopted in some places. Do they continue to have the same meanings when they're adopted someplace new, or are they transformed? Is it spread through trade, or through just the borrowing of concepts and so forth? So we are hopefully going to be able to provide a little more insight into some of the specific mechanisms that contribute to the spread of these bigger cultural traditions.